Picture this. The studio lights blaze down, the air thick with tension, and the clash begins. On one side, a fiery lawmaker, fists practically pounding the desk, branding illegal migration a national emergency. On the other, a seasoned Labour MP, cool at first, but soon dragged into a blistering shouting match over numbers, policies, and blame. Trump's name gets thrown in, the military dragged into the argument, and suddenly, everyone's jabbing fingers across the table. Viewers at home can almost feel the sparks fly, and then, boom, the debate explodes into chaos, leaving the host struggling to restore order. Watch the clip.
Did you know over 95% of our viewers aren't subscribed? Subscribing is free and helps us create more great content. Hit subscribe now and join our community.
And he said there was very little that they could add to what the border force currently are doing. But, you know, when you shake hands with a politician, you should always count your fingers afterwards. Because I heard what President Trump said, and he's made a really big deal about how he deports illegal migrants. So I checked with the Department of Homeland Security, and I got the monthly breakdown for Trump's whole first term. In total, over the 4 years, he deported 2.1 million illegal, undocumented migrants. Joe Biden, remember him, Sleepy Joe, deported 4.6 million, more than twice as much as Trump.
And how many come in, Barry? How many come in under Biden?
Actually, the figures stayed the same. They were 11 million undocumented migrants in the US, pretty much throughout the whole time of the past 15 years. And if I can just finish, even Barack Obama, if you look at
10 years ago, we're talking about now. Are we going to live in our history?
What we're trying to do is we're trying to say, believe the guy who's got a track record.
Illegal
the track record of Trump. The track record of Trump is not to have done the things that he says he was going to do.
All right, Leila,
Trump 2.0, illegal migration is down by 97% in the USA, and it's never been lower, and that's because Trump did whatever it takes. I don't know why we can't stop these dinghies. Basically, they're criminals in flip-flops pushing dinghies into the sea. They're not James Bond villains, but somehow they keep evading our border control. So yes, we do need the military, because what the military has, they have drones, they have military capability, they can escort them back to France, and a real bilateral deal would have been the deal between France and England where we say, you take back your migrants, not a one-in where France gets a veto who we send back to and we get none. That's such a weak agreement. It's almost an embarrassment. And the fact that Shabana Mahmood had the audacity to do a video was almost like a satire from Spitting Image. We're in control. We've sent one back. You're like, are you for real? Thousands of. It's basically 3 out and 5,000 in?
No, it was never meant to be anything other than a pilot scheme, and everybody knows that it was a pilot scheme.
But that was the same as Rwanda, and they laughed that out. They said, Rwanda hasn't got the capacity to take everyone. Rwanda hasn't got the capacity to take everybody. Oh, no, you only get a couple of hundred there. It'll be full. And the idea was with Rwanda was a similar concept to this one in, one out, that you'd actually expand it gradually. This one in, one out, 800 came in. We've had 3 go.
And £700 million
Rwanda,
4 volunteers back.
Barry, it was a deterrent, Rwanda.
Right. Million pounds.
Let me just now, I'm going to go off on one here because this country is in crisis. We need to call a national emergency. Labour MPs like Barry and many MPs in Parliament do not realise the damage that illegal immigration is doing to our communities. I'm sitting here livid because in Epping I've been protesting because a 14-year-old girl was sexually assaulted by a migrant in our town. Also, we've had this week a homeless asylum seeker. He has been found on 2 school grounds this week and he's been seen outside numerous others. We are petrified in Essex, in Loughton, Chigwell, Epping, because of these illegal immigrants. We do not know anything about them, what they've done in the past. As Barry said, we've had, I think, 6,000 in now, 3 out on this scheme. It's laughable. It's pure PR, and it's so that these MPs and Labour can say, look what we're doing to get the headlines. They do not care.
When they're doing nothing.
Illegal immigration does not affect the likes of Barry, Keir Starmer in their town. It is people like us that are seeing our daughters.
Nonsense.
It is people like us that are seeing rapes,
more
sexual assaults
seekers in my constituency than you have.
And why don't you fight for your constituents?
Exactly.
Fighting for your party.
Well said.
How dare you?
Why don't you ask them what they party politics and take care of your constituents. They voted for you to protect them.
You know what?
Not to pander to Starmer.
Do you know how many times they voted for me? Let me answer you. Let me answer you. You know how many times my constituents have voted for me? They've voted for me 8 times in 28 years. In 28 years. So don't tell me I don't fight for my constituents.
It's different times now, Barry. We are seeing rapes, sexual assaults, paedophilia from people that should not be in this country.
Adam, we are seeing convicted
That's true.
terrorists.
The majority of migrants aren't like that. But let's.
No,
all
if 5% are, we've got a problem.
All right. Let's just, like, we're not going to get anywhere if we're all just, like, hollering at each other. Sorry, I'm just like...
I'll do that. Let them talk, but go on. What are you going to say?
I want to correct you, Barry, because, yes, there were a decent amount of deportations under Joe Biden, but there were actually 8 million migrant encounters nationwide during his time in office. 6.7 million were at the southwest border, and 1.7 million of them actually got away, and that they've never been found since. So I don't think you can just point to Joe Biden as an example of success, and I just want to make that clear to start with. Look, the reason that this doesn't make any sense, and the reason why I think we need to sort of try and debate this in a way that is going to actually come up with solutions, is that it's just moronic to think that a deterrent will be to tell the people that come that you might get sent back to the country that you've come from. Like, then what's the point in not trying? If you're going to be sent to Rwanda or a third country or somewhere that's far away, then fine. A migrant might try and say, well, I might not cross then because I won't end up in the UK. But if the worst that's going to happen to you is that you don't end up in the UK, but you end up back where you started in France, well, then you would give it a go, wouldn't you?
Sorry, no, not 1 second. I had actually started answering.
He spoke already.
That's okay. We'll come back to him. Layla, just say
the percentage of those being sent back is about, at this rate, is about 97% are staying. So who wouldn't take that?
Well, I'll give you the percentage. I'll give you on the percentage. So out of the 30,000 that have crossed the channel this year so far, by sending back 3, that equates to 0.0001%.
Well done, Keir Starmer. Well done, Keir Starmer.
Let's keep going. No, I want Barry to come back. Barry.
Yeah. Look, the figures that you quoted, Christo, don't take account of the fact that the total undocumented migrants in the United States, total undocumented migrants through the period for the past 15 years have been 11 million a year. Now, when we're talking about what we're doing with the one-in, one-out policy, it is simply a pilot policy. And the point of it is it's the first time since Brexit, actually, because, of course, in those days we were able to send people back.
But France wouldn't take them under the Dublin.
27 different countries. We can't do that now because of Brexit. Okay?
Nonsense.
And it's also, unfortunately for those who support reform, it's also reform's policy that says, yes, get the naval boats in the Channel and push them back to France. So to say sending them back to France isn't actually going to make any difference.
It's a deterrent, Barry.
You say it's going to make any difference.
It did in Greece and Australia.
To France, you can't criticise our policy for sending them back to France when it's exactly the same as your policy.
No, not if they don't make it onto UK soil.
One second.
Do you think those arriving... So we know now that a terrorist, a convicted bomb maker from Egypt, was allowed into our country, a terrorist. How many more terrorists have arrived in this country? Is the government keeping track? Do they have any idea where they are? And this is a national emergency. We have terrorists on our soil. And what is the point of going through Heathrow? Why would any terrorist bother? They just jump on a dinghy and you know what? It's guaranteed entry.
Can I point out...
Do you think they should be housed in amongst us or in detention centres?
Can I point out...
Do you think they should be housed in detention centres?
If you'll let me answer you, Layla, I'm very happy to...
Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe to Next UK, your go-to for real stories and sharp analysis.